to come and sit at the front, please. Thank you so much, distinguished guests, for coming and joining us. I would like to welcome Fizan and Maggie to come and read the national anthem.
We are here today on the Mississauga for the Credit First Nations. Please stand for the playing of Canada. Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in our love us command. With glowing hearts we see thee ride, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Thank you.
I would request that Musa Nasir come and read you Tilawat al-Quran.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين يؤمنون بما أنزل إليك وما أنزل من قبلك وبالآخرة هم يوقنون
दिखाई भी जो न दे नजर भी जो आ रहा है वो ही खुदा है वो ही खुदा है
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين أما بعد قال الله تعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد إن الدين عند الله الإسلام صدق الله العظيم. My respected, honorable members of parliament, beloved audience, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is indeed a great pleasure for me, for all of us to be here, celebrating Islamic Heritage Days, first time ever in this Parliament House. And this is a sign of a country that really cares, loves, celebrates of all faith and culture and races. Alhamdulillah. We are very much proud to be the part of this lovely land, and I must say that the moment we all decided to move to this country, that was the most luckiest moment of our life for all of us to land in this country we call now home, Canada. Alhamdulillah. I decided one verse from the Quran, and I just like to emphasize on a very specific point in this very limited time. When we hear this word Islam, which Allah has mentioned in the Quran in this particular verse, says, Inna Deena Inda Allahi Islam. Deen is a system. How do we live our life? Deen is something that brings me a true, authentic knowledge that grants me opportunity to adopt and live with this manner, what we call Islam. And when we call the word Islam, the two most of the popular aspects, elements that pops in our mind. We have been learning all our lives. Means peace, means submission. Let me give you a quick understanding of peace. In general, when we talk about peace, we consider like peace in a society, in a country, maybe in your neighborhood, maybe in your city. But one thing that we all collectively probably do not pay attention on, a society cannot be consisting of peace if it is not coming from individuals. And this is exactly what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has emphasized on in this particular place. Let me give you an example from the Quran again. He says, Surah An-Nisa, chapter 4, the very first verse. And I want everyone to try to focus on this particular verse. Very first, Surah An-Nisa, woman, the chapter name itself. And you start with Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya ayyuhan nasu ttaqu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahidah. O human being, O mankind, he is not addressing just the believers. In fact, he is addressing entire humanity, all human beings equally. And he says, fear Allah. Allah Akbar. Think about it. Ya ayyuhan nasu
Hazrat Khadija radiallahu anha and her life and her successful business.
So who was Hazrat Khadija radiallahu anha? She was the first woman of Islam to accept Islam, the first wife of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She was the daughter of Khalid ibn Asad, and he was a leader of the Quraysh tribe. She was a very successful, moderate businesswoman, which we follow today.
A famous saying states, Islam would not have spread if it was not for the wealth of Khadija radiallahu anha. Her selflessness is an example for every single one of us, for she truly dedicated herself to the infallible message of the Quran and the Messenger. As mentioned earlier, Khadija radiallahu anha did not only give her wealth to support the way of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, her care, support, love, and dedication for the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam during this time of need were just as valuable as her tangible giving. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Who is like Khadija? She believed in me when people rejected me, and she supported me in establishing the religion of God by contributing with her wealth."
Daughter of our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, Hazrat Fatima Zahra radiallahu anha. And I've shared this story before with a couple of other people. When my dad decided to name me Fatima, he gave me a very unique talent and a very unique power, I would say, that he named me not only after the greatest woman to come down on this earth, the leader of the heavens, but he gave me the ability to be myself and to not have any man's name attached to mine. Zila Fatma, both of those names are mine, and both those names are very unique. But it did feel good to hear my dad's name attached with mine for once, so thank you for that. First of all, I would like to welcome all our beloved, respectful, honorable scholars that are present here, our media, our members of the community, and of course our representatives on the provincial level. Thank you for being here today. And congratulations to Canadian Muslim Friends and their whole team for organizing this event in honor to celebrate Islamic Heritage Month and to celebrate the history of Muslims in Canada.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to take the opportunity to welcome you all in Queen's Park. I hope that you already visited Queen's Park before. This is not the first time, but for the people who are here for the first time, I hope you enjoy it, you like it. I'm very delighted to host with my colleagues, Deepak and Minister Khalid, the Canadian Muslim Friends Association, who's helping in raising some awareness about Islamic Heritage Month. And when we talk about heritage, we talk about history, we talk about arts, we talk about music, we talk about all the cultural and heritage comes with many years of the Islamic history. Of course, the Heritage Month is an opportunity for the community, the Muslim community, to raise awareness of the rest of the Canadian community about more information about Islamic heritage, and of course, as Zalaf mentioned, trying to understand the contribution of the Muslim immigrants into Canadian, I would say, recent history, new history.
Integrated psychotherapy is a new approach that strives to unite faith with professional practice. Within this framework, there are 4 primary goals that we work towards. So self-discovery, introspective, treatment, compliance, motivation, balance of all aspects within life, and a holistic integration. This method of intervention targets 4 parts of our human psyche: the aql, cognition; nafs, behavioral inclinations; ruh, the spirit; and ihsas, your emotions. The goal then becomes to acquire a contemplative mind, to have an angelic spirit, to develop emotional regulation, and have a tranquil and calm ego. When we look at the Prophet's life, we know that he had a multi-dimensional and psycho-spiritual approach in coping with negative life events.
I would like to thank each and every one of you who came to attend this Islamic Heritage Month. Islam is depending on 2 pillars, which is not those 5 pillars I'm talking about. One, first of all, I have to mention I'm not a scholar. Scholars are sitting here, right? So Islam is depending on 2 pillars. One is right of Allah, and one is right of human, which is we call the Hukukul Ibad. Hukuk Allah, which is the right of Allah, which is written here, Shahadat, Namaz, Roza, Zakat, and Hajj. And the other thing is rights of human. Unfortunately, we very rarely talk about right of humans. The scholars are sitting here. I will request them whenever they go to the mosque, whenever they are addressing to the people, please focus on right of humans. What Islam teaches us about our neighbor, what Islam teaches us about our parents and our brothers and sisters. Trust me, if we start working on rights of human, this world will be a heaven. This world will be a heaven. So anyways, I will keep my speech short because we still have scholars to talk about Islam. I would, if you guys have seen, we have produced doctors, we have produced youth activities, and we have produced the great media from Islamic point of view. Like we want to participate in the society, in Canadian society. And we have produced the ministers here as well in Canada. So I will ask to give a round of applause for Khalid Bhai.
When we have these events, we bring in non-Muslims or in other faiths, we bring in the other faith people. we educate and make them aware. There are many places, even though we have a Google, for everyone goes to, but there also people love to read and see what they want as a selective hearing. But when we have these kind of events where we talk about Heritage Month, when we celebrate, we break those myths, we break those barriers. That is why it is extremely important. I see in this hall right now, majority of us here, I see are actually Muslim. So today we are celebrating. I will ask CNF members, let's continue this journey, bring in more people from every community, because Heritage Month includes celebrating and educating. So when we will have more people from the other faith, other religions coming in, and our people coming in from our faith, we will be able to celebrate and make them aware as well. That's when we will be able to fulfill our full mandate of celebrating Heritage Months. Without taking further ado, I just want to say you all had many choices, you had many places to go to, but you chose to come and celebrate Islamic Heritage Month at Queen's Park. On behalf of our government, on behalf of our Minister Rashid and caucus, we just want to, from the bottom of our heart, say thank you and thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Linda, can you please sit down? I know you have to go, but we give the last.
Sister Nargis, for hosting this event at what I call the People's House. Always remember, even though this is Queen's Park, but this is People's House, and you are here. It's what I say that, you know, this house is always open for each and every one. So not just today, but I hope that in the future you will visit Queen's Park, especially when there are sessions going on. And if you want to have some excitement in your day, do join us at question period time, and you're going to see punches going around. So, you know, today we are joined here as a part of the Islamic Heritage Month. I just want to say thank you to all our imams and scholars who have joined us this afternoon. Islamic Heritage Month, I always say that, you know, this country, this province has given us so much. Regardless of race, religion, color of your skin or your background, you have a home in this province and in this country. I always talk about, and a lot of you may have heard this, about my grandfather when he came to this country in 1967. And he would talk about the fact that to get halal meat, they had to go to Buffalo at that time. And now, alhamdulillah, as Zila talked about, that now, mashallah, every corner we have a halal grocery store. We can go to every plaza literally in Mississauga is turning to be a halal plaza now. You know, you can have halal food, no problem. But the most important thing of Islamic Heritage Month is the fact that we are educating out there individuals, you know, the non-Muslims, about what truly Islam is about. One can say that, you know, why do we have to have any Heritage Month? And as Deepak Bhai and Sharif Sabawi talked about, it's all about education. We have to educate people out there that, you know, what truly Islam represents. And as Arshad Bhai just talked about the fact that, you know, there is a restaurant owner who is facing Islamophobia, and we have to tackle this through education. And I'm a very firm believer of that the fact that we need to educate individuals every day about our religion. And that's what my job is, that how I represent myself right here in Queen's Park is to show others what truly Islam is all about. Sometimes I feel like I have a huge responsibility because the fact that I am the only member of provincial parliament in the government who comes from a Muslim background. I have a huge responsibility, and I always pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for me, that, you know, I'm able to fulfill my duties, my responsibilities, so that my community, the Muslim community, is proud, but also I don't do anything that the community has to put their head down. With that, again, I just want to say thank you so much.
Hard work, not a hard work. Yes. I'm starting from my right side as Mr. Ijaz Ahmed is the Senior Vice President of CMF. Vice President Sufi Tariq Saab. General Secretary Mia Nasir Ahmed Saab. Joint Secretary Waqar Zahid. Our new elected member Amir Shafiq Saab. And Asif Bhai, new elected member. And of course, we cannot do anything without the woman power. Yes, please. Numera Bhabi, Sister Numera, Sister Nafisa, and one and only my wife, Nagif. Please.
Supplication to praise you, to thank you, to glorify you, and to convey the rood and salam upon your beloved Prophet Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, to his parents, his grandparents, his wives, his children, his grandchildren, to the Tabi'in, the Taba Tabi'in, the Khulafa Rashidin. And Ya Allah Rabbil Alameen, on this blessed day of Muslim heritage, we like to bless everybody who is here, who is present in this mahfil, and bless the Canadian Muslim friends for organizing such a blessed and occasion in this blessed place of
Nizam-e-hasti